heard in the history books that near the end of the Ottoman Empire, Abdülhamid's daughter, Princess Durruşehval, had married the son of the Nizam of Hyderabad. Do you have any connections with that lineage?
Of course, very much. She's not Abdülhamid's daughter. She's the daughter of the last caliph. You know, in fact, I tell you, it's very easy. The 4 last sultans were brothers. Okay? It always goes from the eldest. So the eldest was my great-grandfather, Murad V. He was deposed by his own brother, Abdülhamid. And then Abdülhamid stayed for a very long time, about 30 years. Then there was a sort of, how do you say, revolution, a sort of...
turbulence.
No, it was, well, you know, when the monarchy becomes just like in England, monarchy has no power anymore.
Yes.
So it's a sort of
constitutional
revolution, and the third brother, Sultan Reshad, was there but had no power, even so little power that the war was declared without him knowing. They sided with the triumvirate of Anver, Talat, and Jalal, sided with the German without telling the Sultan before, and this is how Turkey entered the war, not for its good, and First World War I'm talking. And then there was a fourth Sultan, the Sultan who was there at the end and was thrown out, etc., and left in exile, in fact, and after him all the family was thrown out. And Durruşehval is the daughter of the one who came after the last Sultan, who was never a Sultan, it was under Mustafa Kemal, but he was still a caliph. Sultanate was abolished, but caliphate was not abolished. You know, the caliphate had been in the family for about 4 centuries. And the caliph was, I can tell you, not at all what we see today, this so-called fake caliph. That, the criminal we see today. But anyway, so Durruşehval was exiled with all the family when she was 12 years old. And then they all came, this part of the family came to Nice, south of France. French government was very good. They gave them, we had no passport, they gave the passport and encouraged the passport, etc. And they lived that, the caliph and his direct family lived in south of France, but there was no money. And little girls, I'm told, because there was also her, she's my great aunt, so we are of course related. And I was told that they were going to school with the socks of their grandfather. And all the children were laughing at them, saying, oh, the princesses with socks, with, old socks, etc. So they were, and so when they became young girls, they had to be married with rich men, Muslim and prince, as they were princess and Muslim. And there were not many of these people. There was 2 reservoirs of Muslim rich princes, which was Egypt, and quite a few were married to Egyptian princes, and India. And Durruşehval was married to the son of the Nizam of Hyderabad, like Niloufer, which is very near to me, a cousin, married to the second son. And I don't think they were very happy. But anyway, it was arranged marriage.
I want to ask a little bit personally wondering. As you know, Turkish President's Palace, Aksaray, discussing everywhere around the world. As a member of Ottoman, how do you see that and what do you think about that palace? Because it's very discussable.
I have never seen it first. And I don't know if it is a palace I don't think it's a palace only for himself. I suppose it's a palace for the government, for offices and all that. I don't know. If it is 1,000 rooms only for himself, which I doubt, of course that would be a little much, but I don't think it is. It is, I was told that it is for state guests, that it is also for government. I really don't know, so I cannot really comment on that.
Any other questions?
Yes.
Yes?
There is a question here. I have read your book on your life years ago.
In French?
No, in Turkish.
No, it's not translated.
Yes, I read it. Kenize Sultan?
No.
It's
No,
Well-
you read about my mother. My mother.
Your mother's.
Selma
Okay.
Sultan. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Because there's something which more or less on my life and which I forgot to translate.
It was a very interesting book.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it very much.
Thank you.
And would love to read your life also. And it's nice to meet you here today. And I'd like to thank AFOT for arranging this to the Turkish Embassy too. And I'm looking forward to reading The City of Gold and Silver. And my question is, when you write your first book, is it in French and then it's translated to other languages?
Yes, of course.
So the original is in French.
Original is in French,
Okay.
is of course always much better than translation.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, I'm very sad because my first book, which, as you said, I mean, Ambassador said it was sold 1 million. No, it was sold 5 or 6 million over the world, in the whole world. And so it was a great success, but it was a total failure in America because it was so badly, so poorly translated that it sold 500 copies, I think. So maybe one day we'll try to have it retranslated and published again. I don't know.
So translate your life story so we can have a chance to read it either in English or in Turkish. We'd love to see that on the stands. Thank you.
Thank you. We have another question over here. Thank you, by the way, for those very nice comments.
Thank you. I just have a historical question, and that is, when you were doing your research with these documents, both in Lucknow and in England and other parts of the world, what languages were they in? Were they in Urdu or Persian or Arabic or?
They were in Urdu, and as I said, it was translated to me and it was old. Of course, Urdu script is always the same script. It was translated to me. I could not at all read it.
I would like to add that I served in India, in New Delhi, and I visited Lucknow and met some of the Muslim aristocracy there, and they had the most beautiful manners and were the most hospitable people that I met.
Yes, you're right. It's wonderful. Lucknow, you know, it makes me sad because it's a town which had been first destroyed after the mutiny, but then many things, were kept. But it's a town which has been completely neglected and which is in a really bad state. You still have beautiful monuments, and you still have, as you said, these fantastic aristocratic families who are poor, who have kept the manners, who are in dilapidated palaces, but very, very charming, the charm of decadency, I suppose. And when you see also how they bring up their children, I always feel a little sad because they give them the right values of honesty, of kindness, and this and that, and politeness, extreme politeness. And when I see these young men, young adolescents, I feel that they will never be able to fight for themselves in the world of today. So is it better to teach them, you know, to be fighters and to be nasty and or to teach them really the good values, but they won't be able to survive, you know.
Any other questions? If not, I think it's time to say thank you very, very much.